Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Sian from Habits Training, and this is another part of a training course that I'm putting online called Continuous Directed Change. We are now looking at the last part of, to go back to this, just a reminder, hopefully if those of you that have actually been watching this will know that we are looking at this outside bit of the training course. It doesn't matter that you can't see it. The principle is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps around the outside, which are a combination of good mental health practices and neuroscience that help us to affect change. And as I've said before, any kind of change that you might want to do, that's from improving your golf score to, I don't know, not necessarily winning the lottery, but climbing Everest or doing anything you want to do. In this course, because this is about having good mental health, we're using it to have to support a whole list of things in the middle that are about improving our mental health and well-being. So we, right now, in this little video, are looking at progress review and adapt and repeat. I'm going to put the two together because they are very much part and parcel of the same thing. And it is quite an important principle that I think often catches lots of people out, but particularly those of us that might struggle with ADHD. And that is that tendency to go at things and really try and make changes, and then when it doesn't work, give it up, and think that's because I'm useless, or it wasn't meant to be, or forget it. You know, it's that typical thing where we set out to start a diet on the 1st of January, break the diet by the 4th of January, and that's it for the year. Or join a gym, pay an expensive gym membership for a couple of months, and then never go again. You know, it's those things. We all have great intentions, but it isn't always that easy to carry on. And the principles of this course is to help break through those things and make the long-term changes that are going to help us to cope with life. So to do the things that we actually want to do. So this adapt and repeat is all about understanding. So having a progress review, it works on the principle of success comes through perseverance, not perfection. So it's about keeping going. That is the key to all of it, is keeping going. And particularly if you've got an ADHD brain, this isn't setting ourselves up for failure, but when we set a goal, it's important to give ourselves grace and know that it's so unlikely that we're ever in a million years it's not going to go smoothly. You know, one, because our tendency can be quite often to overestimate what we can get done. So if I'm trying to get fit, I think I'm going to go to the gym every day for 3 hours. I mean, that's my typical tendency. So we would use goal setting, where we'd say, oh, come on, maybe let's try twice a week. And even then, things are going to go wrong. Stuff is going to get in the way for whoever. The important thing then with this progress review is we stop, and let's say I set a goal to get super fit, and I'm even less fit now than when I set out. We would stop, we'd look, put the detective hat on and start going, okay, well, what's gone wrong here? Why hasn't it worked? Rather than a typical tendency, which is, it's because I'm rubbish at everything, or it's because I'm never going to get anything done, and forget it. What we're doing is we're going, all right, well, what's gone wrong here? Let's try and work out how we can make some changes. So it could be, I tried to do much too quickly. It could be, well, it wasn't actually the right time because my kids were ill and I'd undertaken a big training course. So let's leave it another month and then have another go. Or it could be, well, when I need to adapt it, rather than trying to go every single week, maybe I'm trying to get fit by doing something I don't particularly enjoy. I'm trying to do weightlifting because I think it's good for me, when walking might be better. It's just all about that being adaptable, being flexible, being prepared to have a trial and error attitude, expecting things to maybe not go perfectly, and being all right with that and coming back to it and going, well, let's try a new plan, let's try it a different way, rather than giving up on stuff. And with all of this, then we keep using the other techniques. So to go back over those techniques, if we look at it, we've got relaxation. So when we're setting anything up, we are doing it from a place of being chilled with minimal expectations, being relaxed about it. With goal setting, we're deciding what do we want to do. Let's be realistic about these goals rather than sort of some lofty, half-baked idea. We're using visualizations and affirmations, really, really important techniques that help our neurological thinking and our brains to work in a way that's helpful for us. Baby steps. We break stuff down into small steps that allow us to make those changes. How do you eat an elephant? Small bites. Trying to climb a ladder, if the rungs are 6 foot apart, it's really hard. If they're 1 foot apart, it's possible. So breaking things down. Praise and gratitude. Talking to ourselves in a way, in the same way as we would speak to a best friend. Being kind, being respectful, holding ourselves accountable when we need to, but in a respectful and supportive way, rather than beating ourselves up or giving up on things because we just feel too bad or everything's too much. Rewards. Taking time out. Life's a journey, it's not a destination. You're going to die with a to-do list. There's always going to be things. This is an ongoing, long-term process. So enjoying the journey, taking time out, stopping, giving ourselves credit, increases motivation, improves, gives us the dopamine that we need. You know, particularly those of us that have ADHD, we need to take all those opportunities to increase the motivation by breaking things down and rewarding ourselves along the way. And then this bit we're talking about here, progress review. What's going well? What isn't going so well? Adapt the plan, make some changes. And this can be quite often an important part of dealing with ADHD is we might well find a technique that's working brilliantly well and it's working really, really well for a while and suddenly it stops working. And what's happened? We got bored. There's no dopamine anymore. We need to change it up, do something different rather than, oh, well, I was great for a while and then, no good at it now. It's like, just keep, if it's important, keep at it, keep changing it and on, you know? So there we are. That brings us to the end of those 8 techniques that we use to make changes, which we'll look at in the next video. I hope this is making sense. And if anyone is still watching it, I hope it's helpful. Thanks, Sam.